Hollywood is built on legacy, on stars whose light continues to shine long after they have left the silver screen. On this channel, we honor those legacies. We begin our journey in a decade that defined a generation, the 1960s. Join us as we remember 20 of the most iconic actors from that era who have taken their final bow. The elegant and timeless Audrey Hepburn. She was born in 1929 in Brussels, Belgium. The 1960s cemented her status as a global icon. In 1961, she became the immortal Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's, a role that defined style for a generation. She followed this with her celebrated performance as Eliza Doolittle in the 1964 classic My Fair Lady. After her celebrated career, Hepburn dedicated her later years to humanitarian work. She passed away in 1993 at the age of 63 from appendiceal cancer. Her legacy of grace endures. One of Hollywood's greatest stars, the magnificent Elizabeth Taylor. She was born in 1932 in London, England. The 1960s were a turbulent and iconic decade for her. In 1963, she became the highest-paid star in the world for her monumental role in Cleopatra, where she famously co-starred with Richard Burton. She followed this with one of her most acclaimed performances, winning her second Oscar for the raw portrayal of Martha in 1966's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Taylor also became a tireless humanitarian, co-founding the AIDS Foundation, AMFAR. She passed away on March 23, 2011, at the age of 79 from congestive heart failure. Her legacy as a true movie star remains unmatched. The definitive king of cool, Steve McQueen. He was born in 1930 in Beech Grove, Indiana. The 1960s cemented his status as a top box office draw. He became an icon in 1963's The Great Escape and defined the anti-hero in the 1968 classic Bullitt, famous for its legendary car chase. An avid racer, his rugged persona was authentic. McQueen passed away on November 7, 1980, at the young age of 50 from a heart attack following surgery for mesothelioma, a cancer linked to asbestos. His effortless cool remains legendary. The iconic Paul Newman, famed for his piercing blue eyes and quiet intensity. He was born in 1925 in Shaker Heights, Ohio. His 1960s filmography is legendary, starting with his role as Fast Eddie Felson in 1961's The Hustler. He truly defined the era's rebel spirit as the unforgettable Cool Hand Luke in 1967. Beyond acting, he was a celebrated philanthropist, founding the Newman's Own food company. Newman passed away on September 26, 2008, at the age of 83 from lung cancer. His legacy in film and charity is immense. The trailblazing and dignified Sidney Poitier. He was born in 1927 in Miami, Florida. The 1960s were historic for Poitier. In 1964, he became the first black man to win the Oscar for Best Actor for Lilies of the Field. 1967 was a landmark year where he starred in 3 iconic films: To Sir with Love, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and the Best Picture winner, In the Heat of the Night. He later became a respected director and diplomat. Poitier passed away on January 6, 2022, at the age of 94 from heart failure. He changed Hollywood forever. The charismatic and definitive Sean Connery. He was born in 1930 in Edinburgh, Scotland. In the 1960s, he created one of cinema's most enduring characters, James Bond. Starting with Dr. No in 1962 and continuing with blockbusters like Goldfinger in 1964, he defined the suave super spy for a generation. While Bond defined his 60s, he later won an Oscar and was knighted by the Queen. Connery passed away on October 31, 2020, at the age of 90 from pneumonia and heart failure. For many, he remains the one true bond. The towering icon of the American West, John Wayne. He was born in 1907 in Winterset, Iowa. While a star for decades, the 1960s saw him transition into an elder statesman of the genre. He starred in the classic 1962 Western, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. He triumphantly capped the decade by finally winning his only Academy Award for his role as the gritty Rooster Cogburn in 1969's True Grit. The Duke remains a symbol of American cinema. He passed away on June 11, 1979, at the age of 72 from stomach cancer. His legend endures. In the epitome of dignified strength, Gregory Peck. He was born in 1916 in La Jolla, California. The 1960s gave him his single most defining role. In 1962, he played the noble lawyer Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. This performance, which won him the Academy Award, cemented his image as a moral compass for audiences everywhere. He remained a leading man and a dedicated humanitarian throughout his life. Peck passed away on June 12, 2003, at the age of 87 from cardiorespiratory arrest, bronchopneumonia. He remains one of Hollywood's most respected gentlemen. The revolutionary force of nature, Marlon Brando. He was born in 1924 in Omaha, Nebraska. Following his iconic 50s roles, his 60s were a period of bold, often controversial choices. He starred as Fletcher Christian in the troubled epic 1962 production of Mutiny on the Bounty. He also delivered a notable, complex performance in 1967's Reflections in a Golden Eye. Though his career waned in the late 60s, he would redefine it in the 70s. Brando passed away on July 1, 2004, at the age of 80 from respiratory failure due to pulmonary fibrosis. He is arguably the most influential actor of the 20th century. The intense and commanding Richard Burton, known for his magnificent voice. He was born in 1925 in Pontrydyffryn, Wales. The 1960s saw him at the peak of his fame and talent. He famously starred opposite Elizabeth Taylor in the lavish 1963 epic Cleopatra, sparking a global scandal. Their electric chemistry was captured again in 1966's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, a role that earned him one of his 7 Oscar nominations. His turbulent life was the stuff of legend. Burton passed away on August 5, 1984, at the age of 58 from a cerebral hemorrhage, stroke. He remains a titan of stage and screen. The fiercely independent and spirited Katharine Hepburn. She was born in 1907 in Hartford, Connecticut. The late 1960s brought a stunning resurgence for her. In 1967, she starred in her final film with Spencer Tracy, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, winning her 2nd Academy Award. Incredibly, she won her 3rd Oscar the very next year for The Lion in Winter, 1968. A 4-time Oscar winner, she was a true Hollywood original. Hepburn passed away on June 29, 2003, at the age of 96 from natural causes. Her legacy as a trailblazer is unmatched. The legendary actor's actor, Spencer Tracy. He was born in 1900 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The 1960s featured the final, powerful performances of his career. He earned an Oscar nomination for 1961's Judgment at Nuremberg. His final poignant role came in 1967's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, his 9th film with his beloved partner, Katharine Hepburn. Tracy, a 2-time Oscar winner, was revered for his natural craft. He passed away on June 10, 1967, at the age of 67 from a heart attack, just weeks after completing his last film. The intense and iconic Kirk Douglas. He was born in 1916 in Amsterdam, New York. He launched the decade by starring in and producing the 1960 monumental epic Spartacus. The film was a massive success and bravely helped to break the Hollywood blacklist. He continued his streak of powerful performances in films like the 1964 political thriller 7 Days in May. A true force of nature, he was a pillar of Hollywood's golden age. Douglas passed away on February 5, 2020, at the incredible age of 103 from natural causes. His legacy is immense. The formidable and legendary Bette Davis. She was born in 1908 in Lowell, Massachusetts. While already a two-time Oscar winner, the 1960s sparked a sensational career resurgence. In 1962, she gave a chilling and unforgettable performance in the Gothic thriller Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, co-starring her rival Joan Crawford. This role earned Davis her 10th Oscar nomination and created an entire new genre. Davis passed away on October 6, 1989, at the age of 81 from complications from breast cancer. Her fearless talent remains iconic. The glamorous and indomitable Joan Crawford. She was born in 1904 in San Antonio, Texas. A superstar for decades, the 1960s saw her terrifying and brilliant resurgence. In 1962, she starred with her rival Bette Davis in the horror classic Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, earning an Oscar nomination for the role. She became a queen of the psycho-biddy genre with films like Straitjacket. Crawford passed away on May 10, 1977, at the age of 73 from a cardiac arrest. Her star power remains undisputed. The luminous and talented Natalie Wood. She was born in 1938 in San Francisco, California. The early 1960s were the absolute peak of her career. In 1961 alone, she starred as Maria in the iconic musical West Side Story and earned an Oscar nomination for Splendor in the Grass. She remained a major star throughout the decade. Her life was tragically cut short when she passed away on November 29, 1981, at the age of 43. Her cause of death was officially determined as drowning and other undetermined factors. Her beauty and tragic story remain unforgettable. The quintessential leading man, Rock Hudson. He was born in 1925 in Winnetka, Illinois. In the 1960s, he reigned as the king of romantic comedy, starring in hits like Lover Come Back, 1961, and Send Me No Flowers, 1964, often opposite Doris Day. His tall, handsome image defined the era's ideal man. His death in 1985 was a turning point for the world. Hudson passed away on October 2, 1985, at the age of 59 from complications from AIDS, becoming the first major public figure to do so and changing public perception of the disease forever. The debonair and irreplaceable Cary Grant. He was born in 1904 in Bristol, England. The 1960s marked the elegant final act of his career. He charmed audiences opposite Audrey Hepburn in the 1963 thriller Charade and earned an Oscar nomination for the 1964 comedy Father Goose. He gracefully retired from the screen in 1966, a rare star who walked away at the peak of his popularity. Grant passed away on November 29, 1986, at the age of 82 from a cerebral hemorrhage, stroke. He remains the very definition of a movie star. The tough as nails and unforgettable Lee Marvin. He was born in 1924 in New York City. The 1960s saw him transition from a character actor to a leading man. He stunned audiences and won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his dual role in the 1965 comedy western Cat Ballou. He solidified his star status as the tough leader in the 1967 ensemble war classic, The Dirty Dozen. A decorated WW2 veteran, his grit was authentic. Marvin passed away on August 29, 1987, at the age of 63 from a heart attack. He was one of the era's most unique stars. The stunning and iconic breakout star, Raquel Welch. She was born in 1940 in Chicago, Illinois. The mid-1960s launched her into superstardom as an international sex symbol. 1966 was her landmark year, starring in the sci-fi adventure Fantastic Voyage and the prehistoric fantasy 1,000,000 Years BC. The fur bikini she wore in the latter film's poster became one of the most iconic images of the entire decade. She passed away recently on February 15, 2023, at the age of 82 from cardiac arrest. She remains a definitive symbol of 1960s glamour. If these legendary actors touched your heart, remember to like the video and subscribe for more emotional tributes to Hollywood stars.